Just enough to remind me why I don't watch it. Oh, this is already funny. Just the headline. The list of moves and actions that are now banned from AEW or need to be approved by the company.
Maybe that's why Nash is pissed off, because he went for Rock and Austin and not try to duplicate him.
Well, it'd be easier to duplicate him. You only have to learn 5 moves.
Like you said, and we've all been saying, Tony Khan, you need a hierarchy, and he gets one, and then we make fun of it.
Because he's sitting back there talking about the Brock match, and finally we had a wrestling match. Finally we got 2 guys telling a story. They weren't outside in the ring the whole time. One of them
was he not watching the same match as we were?
Yeah, those games, man, I would say, like, for me, like, the best ones, I would say, are, like, the ones where they try to get a certain, like, time.
This is my entire IT team right here on screen. Everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrestlechat with Big McMahon. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to Wrestlechat. We got the nice background again because we're not using StreamYard. I'm using OBS. And I'm doing that because I'm flying solo today. Jay is unable to join us for this one, so it's going to be me and all of you, and we're just going to have a good old time, and we're going to talk about the bullshit that just went down in the WWE. Judd's in the house. Primetime's in the house. I know a few more of you guys are sneaking in the back door, but you're shy. That's okay. Damn. All right. Great stream. See you guys later. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know where to start. Obviously, you've all heard about this. There's no way this is news breaking to you. I almost went on at 4 a.m. when I first heard about this. I woke up this morning early like I always friggin' do. I don't have to. I just do it. And I'm looking over my Twitter machine, and damn, I was like, some of the names, I'm like, yeah, I can see that. I can see, what? So, what do you want to talk about? Let's see. Hold a moment while I get this stuff all situated. There we go. From WrestleLamia.com, 15, gosh, it's gone up since last time I checked. 15 wrestlers were released by the fine folks in the WWE. Let's go down the list, and we can talk about them individually. You can share your thoughts and opinions. We got Braun Strowman, Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, Katana Chance, and Caden Carter. They got a tag team announcement there. Javier Bernal, Gigi Dolan, Gallus, which is Joe and Mark Coffey along with Wolfgang, Jakara Jackson, Cora Jade, Oro Mensah, Oro Mensah, I was right, Riley Osborne, and Eddie Thorpe. That's an impressive lineup. Now let's go through them one at a time, shall we? Braun Strowman, I get it. He's not a great wrestler. He's a big, powerful guy. He can turn cars over and stuff like that. Does it do anything for storytelling? Is there any story to be told with him? At the moment, I'd say no, but I say that hesitantly because the Wyatt Six has kind of come back for a run. And the talk is that Alexa Bliss is going to be the leader of the group. I love that idea. So that all said, you can't work Braun into that somehow, being the fact that he was part of the original Wyatt family. It seems like he could, but all right. Didn't happen. And hot on the heels of Paul Heyman during the roast saying, the reason you're not on WrestleMania is you suck. That takes on a whole new meaning now, doesn't it? And we're just going to go down the list in order as I have it here. So, Dakota Kai. What the fuck? I mean, actually, what the fuck? They talked about her a week ago, saying the only reason she's not on TV right now is we're waiting for Kairi Sane to come back, and then we're going to bring Damage Control back. Okay, it makes sense. But obviously, that's not the case. I don't give a fuck if it's the case or not. Let her run on her own. She's good. She's really good. And she is, god damn, she's been fucked over by this company twice now. The first time we can blame it on the old man. But this time around, it's something different. Let's put it this way. If in any way, shape, or form she was a part of the bloodline, she wouldn't be getting fired. But that no talent Nia Jax still has a job. Just saying. Dakota Kai has already got interest from several different promotions as it's reported thus far. No shit. Because other people realize she's fucking good. I just, that one hurt. It really did. It's like, man, I feel like that girl's never gotten a fair break in the WWE, and there's no justice to it. She's given everything she's got to everything they've given her, and most of what they gave her is dog shit. Shayna Baszler. I get it. I think she's 39 or 40 even. I mean, which I'm older than her, so trust me, I ain't saying 40's old. It's wrestling, and it's female wrestling. 40 is kind of at that point where what are you going to do with her? At the same point in time, I would have booked her so differently that she would still have all that value. She is a machine. She's a trained fighter. She shouldn't be professional wrestling. She should be in there shooting. Obviously, you have to work with your opponent, but I'm just saying she should be doing submissions. She should be doing takedowns. She should be doing ground and pounds. She should just be a fucking fighter. And you can carry that out for a long time, and you could have made her dominant. And I would have made her dominant because she fucking looks dominant. I mean, as we look at that picture right down below, you got Gigi Dolan, you got Cora Jade, and then you got, just talking about the females, and then you've got Shayna Baszler. Out of those three, which one do you not want to fuck with? Pretty sure we're all going to agree. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Fun fact. A couple days ago, I was doing a little bit of the 2K bullshit there to unlock some Persona cards. And they throw random matches at you. And my opponent, I was playing as one of the female cards. And as my opponent, they threw at me Katana Chance, which is Casey Catanzaro. And Casey got famous because she had an amazing outing on American Ninja many years ago. And that little tiny 5'2" nothing, I believe she completed the course that half the men couldn't do. And that's what got her over. Or she might not have completed, but she came fucking close if she didn't. Anyway, an amazing performance on that course in American Ninja and became a viral sensation. And a lot of that led to her going into the WWE. And at the beginning, I was kind of thinking, well, she's just trying to parlay this into the next thing. Where is she going to get a living? Where is she going to earn it? And I didn't expect her to last very long once you realize you're actually going to get beat up. You know, your body's going to get hurt. But she stuck, and she's done well. But the thing about the video game, when they threw that as my opponent, and I'm playing a female character against her, I'm like, she's so tiny. But then I'm like, she really is. She's like 5'1", 5'2". And in that moment, the thought entered my mind, hey, we're near cutting time. I got a feeling she's gone. And next day I wake up and there she is. She's gone. So I get that one. Her and Katana Chance, or Kaden Carter rather. Yeah. If you're needing to make room, I would say they've done as much as they're going to do. And they'll go on other places and do fine. You know, they'll be really... And we'll talk about some of that in a minute, too. Javier Bernal. No idea who that is. I don't know that name. Gigi Dolan. What the fuck? I was just saying to myself, after WrestleMania, that I think we're going to see Gigi going up to the main roster. Fuck I know, right? No, not going to happen. I can't believe they didn't give her a shot on the main roster at all. Very surprised. She has a great look. She's been fun. She was at the whole thing with Mandy and all. It was a good run, and she definitely held her own. at least give her a shot. But is what it is. Gallus, didn't see a lot of their stuff, to be honest with you. They just didn't grab my attention, and that would have been one of those fast forwards for me, so I can't say one way or another. Jakara Jackson, I watched a little bit of her stuff, not a ton. Cora Jade. Okay, that was a shocker, too. I would put that up there with Dakota Kai. Really? I mean, you all invested a lot in her. She's done well. It's not like she screwed the pooch. And Cora Jade's gone. I'm like, really? Oro Mensa, I honestly couldn't even... If you gave me a photo lineup, I wouldn't pull the right one out. I do know I've seen him wrestle once or twice. I wasn't... Personally, it didn't grab me. You know, it wasn't a character I was going to get behind. And apparently they felt that way. The numbers don't lie is what I'm guessing it is. Riley Osborne, don't have a clue who he is at all. Although one of our favorite creators, I do believe, recently posted, like earlier yesterday, that he had made a Riley Osborne and posted it. I don't remember which creator it is, or I would mention it. And then I see this morning. I'm like, well, I guess that didn't last long. And finally, Eddie Thorpe, who I've only recently kind of seen a little bit of. Something about his look just didn't grab me, and I'm kind of like, nah, I'm not watching this dude. I'm not into him. So I the only ones out of this list that I truly was like, nah, y'all fucked up, man, is Dakota Kai. I'm going to go Shayna Baszler. Gigi Dolan, that's 3, excuse me, right? Dakota, Shayna, Gigi, Cora. It's all the females that I just don't get it. I just don't understand. In the house, we have Judd. Prime Time's here. Retro's here. Blaze Radio. Let me try it again. Blaze Radio. It's in the house. McCoy, I was going to actually shoot you an invitation to see if you wanted to jump on. Then I would have done it on StreamYard instead. But I figured, well, it's daylight hours. He's streaming. But I'm glad you're here, buddy. Primetime says probably many more. They, you know what? It's a WWE and it's post-Mania. Anything's possible. But here's the fucking thing. You're now owned by TKO. You got more money than God. You just sold tickets ringside for over 16. How much was it? It was thousands of dollars. I mean, like $15,000 for floor seats ringside. That's the reason you made that ridiculous amount of money. There were people that weren't even on the floor paying $5,000 a ticket. And you can't afford to pay your mid-card talent, especially the ones with all that upside to them still. Again, I like Shayna. I'd have booked the shit out of her. But, all right, she's in her 40s. You're looking long-term. Maybe she doesn't serve a purpose for you right now. Although, she was with Zoe, what's her last name? Zoe Starks? You didn't get rid of Zoe? And I find the two of them very compatible because they both have that look of somebody I don't want to fuck with. As a female. Badass looking. He dropped the ball. You think? Yeah, like I said, if they were, any of those people were members of the bloodline, they still have their job. Nia Jax never should have been brought back, and she was only brought back. We all know that because of nepotism. That's the only reason. I do think Catanzaro was good in the tag team matchups, along with, well, now I'm calling her really Katana Chance and, you know, the other one. I thought they were solid. But, again, she's really undersized. 7 women's tag teams gone from these cuts. That's true. Shows how much they care about the women's division and the tag division in particular. You're right. I liked her as Priscilla Kelly. I mean, she did do that one little shtick in the Indies that I thought was really, really poor taste. It did. At that point, I'd seen a few of her matches, and I was kind of like, I like this girl. And then she pulled out the tampon. And I'm like, nope, I don't like that. Thought that was like crossing a massive line for me. You know what? And I don't know that they're going to go to the Indies. I don't see that happening. I see them going to be knockouts. I think the knockouts division is going to be the best it's ever been. You're welcome. Because the fact of the matter is, and I don't know about all of them, but I'd bet money on Dakota. If you want to end up back in the E, then your best bet is to be in TNA. You have the working arrangement. Look at Zachary Wentz. All of a sudden, he's back on NXT when everyone thought he was dead and buried. That ain't going to happen. So if you're in TNA, then you stay in contact with all the same people. You might even be on NXT in a few weeks. You never know. Maybe at some point in time they do a revenge angle with several of these people that have been cut loose coming back and now representing TNA but attacking the NXT audience, or not the audience as much as the roster. There's all kinds of potential. There's all kinds of maybe-abilities. Cora Jade's going to do fine as well once she gets out of my bed. Yeah. I'm going to need some photographic evidence of that. Oh, you've been down with the bug, man. I know a lot of people have been having that problem. We actually talked about that at work today. It's like, y'all need to be washing your hands. Y'all need to be doing hand sanitizer. And, we're an event center kind of property, so it's not a way to stay away from large groups because that's kind of what we cater to. I stay away from them because if I go down, then who's running the show? But, yeah, you just got to take care of yourself, man. Hogan and Bischoff shoot promotion. As for Braun Strowman, I would never have a use for him. If I was running a promotion, I would have zero use for him. And he actually did, how some of these guys like to branch out into real sports occasionally. He actually did like a professional arm wrestling challenge not that long ago, which kind of went semi-viral. And he lost. Matter of fact, not only did he lose, but the dude made him look like a bitch. And I'm not sure, but I'm saying, I wonder if that had anything to do with it. I mean, remember Dr. Death Steve Williams was on the rise, man. He was going to be going head-to-head with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then Bart Gunn came along and knocked his ass out cold on national television. Cheers, everybody. That's water in a funny can with a lot of fizz. I saw the Hogan Bischoff shoot and their third man, who I don't even know who the fuck he is, and I thought it was going to be a podcast. And then I hear it's going to be like a wrestling promotion. It's going to be real, and it's going to be, and I'm like, oh, I hope it's not their own money they're spending, because that's gone. That is, you might as well get a lighter out and just burn it. That promotion is going to last about as long as Chevy Chase did on late night TV, if anybody can even remember that. And if you can, time to get your colonoscopy. Yeah, Chevy took over the late show, or the late night show, or the late show, one of those late shows back in the mid-late 80s, early 90s, and it lasted literally 2 weeks. His ratings were so bad, and he was terrible. Show just nosedived, and it was over before it even began. And that is exactly what will happen with this friggin' joke of a wrestling idea. Real American Freestyle. Yeah. I mean, we're all going to check out the first episode just so we could fuck with it. But it's going to be horrible. It's going to be absolutely horrible. Mark my words. It'll last less than a month. Unless they get someone just pumping that Dixie Carter money into it. If you got somebody paying the money, then you can keep it going. I mean, look at AEW. It's the biggest trash heap in the world, and they just keep on feeding it money, and it'll be on. There's nothing watchable about it, but that's all right. Don't let that get in the way. Miracle's in the house. How you doing, buddy? Dude, I don't think it won't work. I'll bet everything that it won't work. And again, I'm willing to even put some timelines on it. It's going to be epically bad. Like a new level of bad that we have never seen before. Going down our list of cuts and what I think for their future, Braun Strowman, I see him in the AEW for sure. Yeah. And my predictions on all these people really comes down to one of two things. Do you want the biggest paycheck you can get today, which I get it if you do, or do you want the best chance of getting back to WWE? So that's how I'm going down the line. Braun Strowman ain't going back to WWE anytime soon. I think the next time we see him is maybe 5 to 10 years down in the next gimmick battle royal at WrestleMania. So I think Braun Strowman's WWE time is over. I think he knows it's over, that he won't be coming back. It's in his best interest to get the biggest paycheck, and Tony right now is hemorrhaging talent over to WWE, and he would love to bring one of their names over, even if it's not one that can wrestle. So Braun Strowman will be tipping over cars in AEW. That's my prediction. Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, Katana Chance, and Caden Carter, I believe, will all end up in TNA. And I think the Knockouts division is going to be fucking amazing. Now, let's talk about why I think that. I think that because I do think most of them, at least, maybe not Shayna, Dakota for sure, and I think Katana Chance and Caden Carter want to get back to the WWE. I think that's their end game is, I can't be there right now, but I want back. Well, when you look at history, you got people like Chelsea Green. Got cut by the WWE how many years ago? And she went out. And then when she got to Impact, before it was TNA again, she was on a really good run. I mean, her character skills were coming out. She had that great tag team going with the Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo. They were doing great stuff. They had the ladder match there where she and Deonna came off that ladder all the way out to the floor through the tables. That was a fucking scary-ass bump, man. She took it like a champ. And, of course, they brought her back, and she's been absolute gold ever since. Taking that U.S. title off her that quickly was a fucking another mistake. I'm talking about people like Dakota getting cut and how bad a mistake that was. So was taking that title off of Chelsea, man. It's a brand new belt. Let it have some history. And she was killing it every single step of the way. And I had mentioned in a previous Wrestlechat that I wasn't sure. I didn't think that the WWE writing team was capable of doing the writing for her, for everything she did, becoming the president of the United States and having the secret Hervis. I can never get it out right. The secret Hervis. All that stuff was just brilliant on top of brilliant on top of brilliant. The saluting, the crowd, all of it was just so well done. And I was thinking it was her and Matt throwing these ideas and Piper. And I guess she finally came out and said that there was a lot of it coming from the fans throwing it at her, that she would I like it and I'm going to use it. And she's like, I'm not that creatively gifted, but she was getting it. So I was right. It wasn't the writing team per se. But despite the fact that they couldn't give it to her, she just made the most of it. And she's the female equivalent of R-Truth when it comes to a national treasure. She's amazing. Amazing at what she does. So anyway, I see Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, Katana Chance, and Caden Carter all probably going to Impact. Again, I don't know who Javier Bernal is. I don't know the name. Gigi Dolan, I pray to God she goes to Impact. I would love to see her wrestling in the knockouts division. I would love to see her get some actual time on camera. They treat them right over there, even after Scott D'Amore. I don't know if it's the Tommy Dreamer thing or what's going on, but they're still taking pretty good care of the talent and getting them their time. And I think Gigi's biggest problem is she never got really good opportunities. Yeah, she got on TV, she got in front of a crowd and all that, and you got to make the most of that. But you also have to have somebody giving you something to sink your teeth into. I didn't see that happening. And I watched her stuff because I like her. Gallus, again, I didn't watch enough of Gallus to have an opinion on them. But I can definitely see them. The more I'm thinking about it now. I can see them going to Impact, yes. And I think they would probably get a much better use there. But they're probably going to end up in AEW if I'm betting money. And they'll be brought out for like 2 or 3 weeks. And then they'll be sitting at home getting a paycheck, like a lot of their talent is. Jakara Jackson, I'll be stunned if she's not going to Impact. Cora Jade. She should go to Impact, but I got a feeling she's going to go to AEW. My bet for Cora Jade is AEW. Oro Mensah. I just don't give a shit. Riley Osborne. Don't know who he is. And Eddie Thorpe. To me, I would say he's kind of gimmicky-ish. And that rings to me like Joe Hendry. So I would go Impact as a likely location. So that's my thoughts, my ideas on where I think folks are going to turn up. What the hell do I know? But that's my 2 cents worth. Izzy Martinez is the third man. Wait a minute. Oh, is that the dude's name? Izzy Martinez? I saw him, and I didn't recognize the name at all, but I didn't remember it being Izzy. I thought you were talking about Izzy Moreno. Girl's doing so good for herself. Just turned 18, so now she can legally sign with the WWE. They won't sign anyone under 18. But she just had her 18th birthday like yesterday or day before. And she was at the WWE ID event over WrestleMania weekend. That's your homegrown talent right there. Matt was the girl that sat in the front row for how many times? You'd be missing out on such a massive opportunity if you didn't sign her. And I've seen several of her matches. Hell, her first match was amazing for like somebody who was 16 and a half years old. Tony doesn't like or know how to book big guys. Well, he had Big Show, so, I mean, it's not like he doesn't like them. He had brought Mark Henry in, granted, not in a wrestling move, but I think, again, Tony right now is desperate to get WWE names, recognized names on his show because they're taking all of his. Might be a little odd to get cut from the WWE and go to TNA, but it's happened before, buddy. It's happened before. Again, what will come down to on each of these wrestlers is what is their number one motivation? Is it the paycheck, in which case you're going to go to Tony? Or is it the fastest path back to the WWE, in which case you go to TNA? If you're back in TNA, some of these people have like a 90-day non-compete, although I would think they would work out some sort of a deal with TNA since you were partnering with them anyway and let them, release them from that obligation if you go to TNA. Now, maybe you're not going to let them keep the name like Dakota Kai, which is fine. It's your IP if you want to protect that, I guess. Okay. Speaking of protecting your IP, you decided to let Edge go. The name Edge is now gone. Edge can take it. Adam Copeland can be Edge tomorrow if he wants to be. Chelsea did that same type bump at Money in the Bank last year. Yeah, again, Chelsea is Chelsea's real deal, man. I love that girl. I'm so pissed that they took the belt off her. It was a horrible decision. She should have held that title for at least a year. The only way it works at this point for me, I forget what her run was, like 158 days or something like that, 138 days, whatever it was. Maybe one of you guys knows the actual number. Is if Zelina goes to, like, let's say it's 138. Zelina gets to 137, and then Chelsea comes and takes it away from her. Just to make sure that she's still the longest reigning, okay? I can get behind that, I guess. Big Booty Javi. I still don't know who it is. Got nothing. Whoever he is, I never saw him. New vice presidents of TNA announced today: Eric Tompkins and Ross Foreman. Who? Who are these people? New vice presidents of TNA announced today: Eric Tompkins and Ross Foreman. I don't know who these people are. Should I? WWE refiled for the Edge name again. We will see. Oh, did they? My goodness. I was shocked that they wouldn't have protected that. I mean, they got a lot into that. Not to mention the fact that I'm going to be a little surprised if Edge finishes his career in TNA, or in AEW, rather. I'd be a little surprised about that. Tompkins was previously the director of TV productions for the company. Foreman, on the other hand, has been the head of media relations for quite some time. Okay, so they're not bringing anybody into the company. These are guys that currently exist, and they're just now going to move them into vice president roles? I guess. Yeah, that's for them to figure out if that works for them or not. Doesn't sound like anything that's going to move the earth. It is my Friday, man. Just Promotions. I don't know who they are either. Oh, okay. Good. I don't feel so bad anymore if you don't know who they are. Hello again, Judd. So, yeah. There's that. I missed my opportunity here when you were giving me these names. It's like Eric Thompson and Ross Foreman. Who the hell is that?
It doesn't matter what your name is.
That's right. Well, I just wanted to jump on and give my 2 cents worth. Want to thank you all that checked out this morning's Saturday Morning Superstar show. It was one of my favorites so far. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but some names are coming in. We got a couple of first-time evers on the Nation Network. And I promise you, next week, it's not in the can yet, but it will be pretty soon. It's going to be the best one yet. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays. Got to check it out. All right, boys and girls. I'm going to call it a day. I got some other stuff I got to take care of, but thank you for stopping by and listening to the rhetoric and jumping in and sharing some of your own. We'll be back and do some more of this in the not-too-distant future. And always remember...
And what you gonna do when Hulkamania and the largest arms in the world run wild on you?
Yeah, brother! I will be back with more in the not-too-distant future. In the meantime, y'all take care, stay safe, and I'll see you back here for some more Wrestle Chat.